Hi, it's Ashley from Sweet Dreams Bake Shop, and welcome back to my channel where I make a lot of cake and cookie decorating tutorials, as well as give a lot of baking business tips. So today I am making a cake for my brother-in-law, as well as making some chocolate-covered strawberries. Just a little glimpse into what I give my family members as a baker. Now, if you want to see how I covered that in chocolate ganache, you can go ahead and check out that video in the right-hand corner. Now I'm going pretty simplistic this time around. The reason is I always find when I make those over-the-top cakes, it's a lot of work, and people don't end up eating a whole lot of them. My family is really not a fan of modeling chocolate or fondant, so today I am sticking with the basics and things that I know that they love. My brother-in-law is a huge fan of chocolate, so I'm just doing a really simple chocolate drip here, and all I did for that was I melted some good quality chocolate, and then I added in a little bit of flavorless oil. A lot of people like to use coconut oil. It's a great way to really get that drip, the texture that you want. If you notice that your drip is a bit too chunky and not the way you like it, you probably need to add in a little bit of flavorless oil. Today we're going to be using a classic 1M tip. This is the tip that does a lot of different jobs. And in here I actually have a mix of buttercream with that ganache that I made in that previous video. Whenever I'm decorating at home, I'll often do things like this where I'll combine things just because I don't want to waste. And I actually find that mixing the ganache with my buttercream makes it really silky and smooth. If you do this and you find that it's too floppy to actually pipe, you can add just a little bit of cocoa powder just to stiffen it up. Now I'm going to put on some of these delicious chocolate flakes on top. This cake design was very much inspired by when I worked at my friend's bakery the other day and made all those signature cakes. I saw her make a very similar cake, and it just looked so delicious and clean that I decided to do something very similar. And I'm adding a little bit of gold leaf, because why not? Now moving along to the chocolate covered strawberries, and I do this in the most simplistic way. These are not the fanciest chocolate covered strawberries I've ever seen. I just wanted to make something that was delicious and something that everybody would want to eat. This is going to be for a fairly big group of people, so I just decided to go simple with this. The biggest thing I can tell you about when you're dipping your chocolate covered strawberries is making sure that, of course, they're washed and you dry them really well. Any water that gets into your chocolate, it's going to cause things to seize up. And of course, you want to make sure that you get that chocolate adhering to the strawberry. Some really quick and easy tips that I can give you when you are dipping anything in chocolate really is you want to make sure that you use a container that is a little bit deeper but maybe isn't as big, because of course you want that space to be able to dip that whole strawberry without it touching the bottom of the bowl. You can also tilt your bowl too if you find that there isn't enough chocolate in there. I use the same rule of thumb when I'm making cake pops, and you will notice that I do let some of that excess chocolate drop off just a bit so that when you place it down on the parchment you don't get a huge pool of chocolate. My original intent was to put a lot of these chocolate covered strawberries on top of the cake, but my sister really doesn't like fruit, and I knew that she would be eating this, so I decided against it. Now I'm going for a chocolate drizzle, and normally I would pick up each chocolate strawberry or cake pop and I would drizzle it over the bowl again so I don't waste any of the white chocolate, but I was going for expediency. So I knew that these would be gobbled up in seconds, so I decided to just go for an easy drizzle. You can do this with a fork as well if you don't have a piping bag, but it just helps speed things up. Now, one of the things I find is that when I put chocolate covered strawberries outside or in a little bit of a warmer environment, I get a lot of sweating out and a lot of condensation. So what I like to do is, because I know these are going to be sitting outside, I just sprinkle on a little bit of cocoa powder all over the platter. And I did that with a little T-ball strainer. So what you can do then is you place your chocolate covered strawberries on top and it soaks up any of that condensation that might happen. And when I ate these at the event, you really don't notice any of that cocoa powder. It just kind of soaks it up just a little bit, and it really helps make sure that you don't get sweating out of your strawberries. Now, I really don't have any specific pricing for you guys in terms of the chocolate covered strawberries because I never sold them at my bakery. Now, I've seen some really highly decorated chocolate covered strawberries before, so let me know down in the comments below if you guys sold chocolate covered strawberries, how much did you charge for each of them? And here is the lovely cake. I just made a 6-inch for my brother-in-law. We're going to have lots of other desserts and things at this gathering, so I didn't want to go too crazy with portion sizes. But I must say the ganache on this was excellent. Now let's get into the pricing of this cake. And the pricing for this cake is pretty straightforward. Now if you saw my video before, you saw that I always charge a little bit more for ganache because it is more expensive. So that would be $85 Canadian. Now let's get into the subscriber submission of the day. This one comes from @LittleWishesBakehouse, and how amazing is this? I believe they said it was done with buttercream texturization. Yes, my friends, I believe that is buttercream. So go drop them a like, drop them a comment, and be sure to follow them, of course. And if you want to be the next featured subscriber here on this channel, be sure to follow me @SDBakeShop on Instagram. You can either tag me in a photo or private message me anything that you want shared on this channel. And of course, any and all levels are welcome. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you can be part of the Sweetie fam. Right now, I'm uploading weekly, so make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I upload. Also, be sure to comment, request, or ask a question. I love hearing from you guys. Bye!